So here I'm told that there are only red counters, blue counters and purple counters in a bag. And I'm also told that the ratio of the number of red counters to the number of blue counters, so the ratio red to blue, is 3 to 17. I'm told that Sam takes at random a counter from the bag and that the probability of this counter being purple is 0.2. And I'm asked to use all of this information to work out the probability that Sam actually takes out a red counter. So initially here, I'm thinking that if we have the three colours of counter, the red and blue and purple, if we know the probability of him picking a purple counter out, then we also know the probability of him picking either a red or a blue counter out. So the probability of red or blue is simply going to be 1 minus the probability of the counter being purple, because those are the only two other options, red or blue. So we can do 1 minus 0.2, and that gives us 0.8. So the probability of the counter being red or blue is going to be 0.8. And then we can then go on to use this when we link back to the ratio. So if we have the ratio of red to blue, if I just write this out again, which is 3 to 17, we can work out the probability of, within this ratio, the counter being red. And then we can multiply this by the 0.8 to find the probability of the counter being red overall, not just within this ratio. So the probability of it being red here is going to be 3 out of the sum of 3 and 17. So the total of this kind of ratio here. And that gives us an answer of 3 out of 20 for the probability of it being red within this ratio. Now the probability of it being red overall, so this is including the purple counters again, we're going to take the 3 over 20 and multiply it by the 0.8 probability of it being either red or blue. And that comes out with an answer of 0.12 for the probability of Sam picking a red counter. Now if we think back to the numbers in the question, this does sound about right. It feels like it's within the right sort of range and definitely has potential to be the correct probability here. So as for how the marks are awarded here, you get 1 mark for kind of starting off this process and working with the probability of it being red or blue and with the ratio here. So working with both of these things, either in 1 or 2 separate calculations, brings us the first mark. Then working further with the multiplication to find the probability of it being red overall. So this 3 over 20 multiplied by 0.8 part would gain us a second mark here. And then finally, the last mark is going to be for the correct final answer at the end of 0.12.